On May 20th last year, 7 precious children died when a tornado ripped through Plaza Towers Elementary School.
And now, for the very first time, all 7 families are together talking about it. They open up about that day, how they say the city failed them, and how the community embraced them. It's their story you'll only see on 9.
She was so goofy and random and just always seemed like she was in such a good mood no matter how bad things were.
She had a really big laugh, and then she had that little chipmunk giggle, you know.
Her smile, she had the biggest smile. She walked around the house singing all the time.
She had fun everywhere, no matter what, even when she was not supposed to be.
Kyle has played soccer ever since he was 4, and, you know, seeing him out on the field and just having fun, living life.
He loved life. Never met a stranger. This was a beautiful boy.
His sister said that he was always there.
He was always caring and protective.
Seven families, all connected by one horrific day, May 20th, 2013.
Jim Gardner, does that look like a school to you?
Yes, it is. It is, Kelly.
Oh.
This is just people are digging through the debris. Sorry, Kelly. It just gets a little hard to talk here.
I was the first one on the site that day. I went around the back of the school to where the class was buried, and I started digging like there was no tomorrow. The police commander then grabbed me by both arms and said, "Buddy, you gotta stop digging. The rest of this structure is gonna come down. I can't let you dig anymore." And I remember yelling at him, I said, "Come on, Skip, you gotta let me dig. My little girl's in there." And he grabbed me by both arms, tears just rolling from his face. He says, "Buddy, I gotta put you behind the line. I can't let you dig anymore."
Jimmy Rosson's daughter, 9-year-old Toni Candelaria, was somewhere in the rubble at Plaza Towers Elementary School. So were 6 other children, including Mickey Davis's son, Kyle.
I was still hopeful when I got to the school and I walked around the corner and I saw the school. My heart dropped in because I knew that it wasn't looking good at all.
Every dad wants to be a hero for his little girl. I failed.
Dan Engel's daughter, Sydney, was among the missing, along with Nicholas McCabe, Janae Hornsby, Christopher LEGG, and Emily CONATZER. What followed was hours of searching, not knowing where to turn for answers. If the city, if the community can learn one thing from that particular instance, what should they do differently?
Get their act together.
They need to have a plan. They need to have a place to send everybody and say, go to this place. All the information we have, all the children we find, everything that we do after this point is going to be funneled to this one place, and this is where you're going to find your information.
I sat on the hot water tank, and I could see the hallway, or what was supposed to be the hallway. And I saw them bring a little boy out, and it was about 6:30 or 7 o'clock.
Even though no one could tell him for sure, Scott McCabe knew in his heart that little boy was his only son, Nicholas. Rescuers pulled all 7 of the children out from underneath the wall. But all of the parents say they didn't find out until the next day their child had died.
No one was with, I know us, as they told us on the telephone.
You got a phone call?
Got a phone call.
We didn't even get the phone call. My mother got the phone call while we were sitting there filling out Tony's information on pictures. We were fixing to go and start just canvassing everywhere we could with pictures with her information, and she got the phone call from the medical examiner saying that her body was ready. Where do you want us to send it?
Don't get me wrong, calling people and telling them that their child is gone, nobody wants that job, nobody. But the way they handled it was completely unprofessional.
While the medical examiner says it's their protocol to always contact law enforcement first so they can be the ones to notify the families, more police say that didn't happen this time. Although there is some disagreement as to what did happen, both agencies have implemented some changes for future disasters. In this last year, what's been the hardest point for all of you?
From picking a casket, it felt like I would never be able to pick him up because he would always be there. Having him dressed meant that I never could undress him and count all 10 fingers and 10 toes like daddies do. It meant saying goodbye.
Hearing people's judgment of us. So many people just tell us, get over it. You know, move on. It's been months.
And there's some times that no matter how hard I try, I can't keep the image out of my head of my little girl being scared and crying as that building came down around here. And some days I can't get out of my head. She wanted someone to come and help her and pull her out of there, and I couldn't.
When we first saw Tony, when we got to see her at the funeral home, I saw these scratches on her arm as I was holding her hand until I realized her hand was curved around mine, just like she was holding my hand back.
Brandie Candelaria says her daughter Tony and Emily must have been holding on to each other. They were the best of friends. Emily's mom, KRISTI KONATZER, noticed her daughter's hand too.
Hers looked the same. While it's been comforting to know that they were with each other in their last moments, it's been extremely difficult too. You know, it doesn't make anything better.
And while their minds are always on their children, they can't help but think about another storm season. Show of hands, has anybody thought about moving from the state?
After the tornado, I think both of our knee-jerk reactions were, we need to get out of here. We're going to go back by our family. And it didn't take me very long to realize that this is home.
And Dan says that's because of how Oklahomans reacted after the storm. They've all also found strength among each other.
When we get together, we're just a big family.
They understand. They know why I'm crying. They know why I couldn't leave the house today, or why I'm in my pajamas all day long, or, they know.
And they know they want to make a difference.
I just want shelters in schools, and I'm gonna keep fighting until it happens.
Said it's a no-brainer. It's something we need. It's something all schools need.
May 20th was Moore's second chance. We knew May 3rd of '99 this could happen.
Yes.
It blew away
Exactly.
2 schools. And the promises that were made that day by our district and by our community was not followed through with.
This is not political. It's common sense.
All we wanted is on a ballot come November. Period.
If it doesn't happen, will you guys continue your fight?
We'll continue to fight until we have no more breath.
That's right.
Because these other people's kids matter to us.
We don't want to watch any other parents bawl and cry and weep for their children over something that could be prevented.